If you're considering relocating to Greenville, South Carolina because life feels too expensive, too busy, or too loud where you are now, this video is especially for you. I work with relocation buyers every week, and I can tell you that the regrets I hear about almost never are about that house itself. They're about lifestyle expectations, because when people move for the wrong reasons or without really understanding what daily life looks like here, that's when the disappointment happens. So let's talk about 3 most regrets I see, and more importantly, how to avoid them. The first regret I see all the time: people move for the Instagram version of Greenville, not for the day-to-day experience. And I get it. The photos are gorgeous, downtown is walkable, charming, full of great restaurants and coffee shops. Falls Park is beautiful. Here's what surprises people. Downtown Greenville, as much as we love it, isn't where most people actually live their daily lives. It's a place you visit maybe once a week, maybe once a month, and if you're moving here thinking you'll be strolling on Main Street every morning, grabbing a coffee at that cute cafe, maybe walking to a farmer's market on the weekend, you could get disappointed when you realize how much time you're actually spending in your car. Because Greenville, like most of the upstate, is very car dependent. Traffic has increased, parking downtown can be challenging on the weekends, and what feels charming and slow on a long weekend can start to feel overstimulating when it becomes your everyday routine, especially if you are someone who moved here seeking quiet. The first question to ask yourself: am I moving for what Greenville looks like in those photos, or what my actual daily life will feel like here? That second regret I hear is that people don't realize how fast Greenville is growing and what that growth actually means for everyday life. Greenville has been discovered. People are moving here in significant numbers, which is wonderful in many ways, but it also means construction, lots of it. New subdivisions, new shopping centers, widening the roads, and traffic that wasn't here 5 years ago are here now. Neighborhoods that used to feel quiet and tucked away are now surrounded by development. And look, some people love that energy, and that love being part of a city that's evolving and growing. But others realize that once they're here, that they were really craving wasn't just affordability, it was quiet space, maybe a slower rhythm. And so if that's you, it really is important to think carefully about where in the upstate that you settle, because not all areas are growing at the same pace. And that is where intentional location planning matters so much. Because if you buy in a high growth corridor thinking it will stay quiet, you may feel very frustrated 2 years from now. And this brings me to the third regret, the one I wish more people knew about before they moved here. You don't have to live in Greenville to enjoy Greenville. Let me say that again, because it is important. You can have access to everything Greenville offers: restaurants, culture, events, while living somewhere that actually matches that lifestyle you're seeking. Towns like Travelers Rest, Landrum, Greer, maybe even parts of Spartanburg, they're 15 to 30 minutes from downtown Greenville, but they feel completely different. More space, quieter roads, properties with land, garden-ready soil, mature trees, and maybe established neighborhoods with real community. And yet so many people who move here don't even know that these towns exist, or that they assume Greenville is the only option. The buyers I work with who are happiest long-term are the ones that took time to explore. Maybe they visited on a Tuesday, not just a Saturday, and they ask themselves, what does this actually look like for me and the lifestyle that I want to live? And they sought out and they found a place that matched that answer. Because the Upstate has so much to offer. It's not a one-size-fits-all, and that's actually a gift if you approach it intentionally. So how do you make sure you don't end up with these regrets? And here's what I recommend. First, visit on a weekday. See what the traffic is actually like. Drive the neighborhoods you're considering at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., not just a Sunday afternoon. Second, get clear on what this actually means for you. Does it mean walkability, a garden space, more privacy, quieter roads, maybe some community connection? Because the Upstate can offer all those things, but not all the same places. Third thing is go explore beyond Greenville. Give yourself permission to consider towns you might not have heard yet. And some of the most content relocators I know live 20 minutes outside the city and feel like they found exactly what they're looking for. And finally, don't rush that decision. I know it's exciting. I know you want to make a move, but taking the time to really understand what you're moving towards, not just what you're moving away from, is what makes the difference between regret and deep satisfaction. Because this isn't just about finding a house. It's about finding that place where you actually live the life that you want. There are so many beautiful ways to live here in the Upstate South Carolina, but they are not all the same, and that's why working with someone who understands lifestyle, not just listing, really does matter. If you're planning a relocation and you want that guidance that actually considers your pace, your priorities, and a long-term well-being, not just what's available right now, I've linked my relocation resources below. And if this video did give you something to think about, please consider subscribing. This channel really is all about helping people make thoughtful, intentional relocation decisions, because where you live really does shape how you live. Thank you for being here. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy, brokered by eXp Realty, and I will see you on the next video.